Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the European crossover webinar. And we've had some really bad storms here in Texas, or I don't know about all of Texas, but here in San Antonio over the past, oh shoot, I thought my electricity went back out again. Sorry. Um, Over the past, I guess, 12 to 18 hours or something like that, but I guess it knocked the electricity back out again. So apologies there. We're going to get the webinar started. Obviously, no news. So once again, and obviously with no electricity, didn't have a lot of whole time to prepare other than what I've been plucking around. But that was after the electricity came back up in Asia, and I just kind of poked around, but I'll be doggone if it didn't go back out again. Let's go on and take a look here with the but they're looking at an NFP, and we'll go and get started on the analysis. So let's go on in non-farm payroll. They're looking for 185,000. Now I mentioned is with ADP, we only had 27,000, and I don't think it's going to be as weak. Although if you look at the euro, it's still holding up very, very well. If you look here also, we do also have Canadian employment here. Let's take a look here. We also do have Mexican inflation numbers. But on the non-farm payrolls, 185,000 is a Reuters poll. Wow, what a big difference from the 27,000. And I don't think the average hourly work week and all that, I don't think that's going to take the effect that it's hot as can be because the electricity's been out. So you got no air conditioning in here, or it's just barely starting to turn on. Holy smokes. And looking here once again with Canadian, no estimate here for the Canadian. So let's go and get started on the analysis. It's hot as can be in here. Oh, man. So let's go and jump in here and one moment. So the euro still holding up very well. Considering what we were at, the run that we've already had. I was thinking even with NFP, we'd start to slide a little bit further. We have come off a little bit, but considering coming into NFP and what they're expecting, you'd expect a little bit further slide. I thought probably be something closer around potentially the 50s, and we're still holding up very well. The door's still open for higher, and like I said, because electricity, I didn't have a chance to do a whole lot of review. All I did was just kind of looked at things in Asia, and as I said, certainly didn't have the opportunity to go in and get an idea what we're looking for today. But let's look at these ranges, because what's going to really be focused on, and let me just jump into the 2-hour chart. What we can push now, if we do get some good data, and I think I covered this in the New York wrap up, I think we're mentioning maybe about the best we could hope for is like around this 1210, 12 area here, 1211. If you're looking for a dip, get some strong data. But I think it's going to be bought up. Unless we have some super huge surprise, we may not even get a chance for 1210, 1211. So I think we have to come back here to this 1220. for a support. And on the upside, well, this thing really looks like it really wants to move higher. Um, we've already knocked a lot of shorts out of the box on this move. I guess, I mean, I don't want to say it's logical, but I guess I'll go on and try and press beyond the 113. And if you look at the dollar index, and I just haven't had a chance to look at it now, but I was referencing that 38%. Let's take a look here. So this is still basically 40 pips away. So that's what I'm thinking is that it can, and maybe we punch a little bit lower, like maybe like about 96. Well, I don't want to say 49, but really, right? Yeah, right there. 56 potentially down here to 56. Let's move this a little bit lower. Yeah, right there, 56. So that would probably equate with getting us up to the up in here in this 1324. And I think that's where they want to go to. Most likely, remember we talked about the 38% market. That was 1237. Market didn't even blink an eye. 1277. Market didn't even pull back. Yeah, we got this dip, but that's ECB. It was quick as a flash and already back up. So we pretty much stayed without even correcting very much at all from the 50%. So the next logical target here is the 61%, which is confluence with the 1324. And what I was thinking is, and yesterday, when I thought we might really go a little bit nutso, I thought we might even stretch as high as 1343. We'll pull this back a little bit higher. You see right there? So when I'm looking for the upside today, and I wouldn't be, obviously, I wouldn't be getting in the way of this thing. Well, we might end up bouncing around and then spend the rest of the day just moving higher, 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 higher. Definitely not a move to go and fade on a Friday, late Friday morning, Friday afternoon, if that turns out to be the case. Um, so on the upside, I'll tell you what, we'll say 1324. And let's go and move into the cable. As I mentioned yesterday, this is one that I haven't really, paid too much attention to. This one is still being held in check. You can see right here with this area here, the 2735. Seems like we had this a little bit higher here. Oh no, we did get 2034 because I was thinking it was in the 40s, but that's held us in check. But I think that we'll be able to, with a weakening dollar, will allow this to go in and push higher. Um, let's go and take a look here on the 2 hour chart. Let's just go with 2783. 2783 here. With the thought that the dollar index will end up breaking down and hit some stops on this on the way up. Support now. Right here. 2674. And let's go on to the Aussie dollar. This is going to stay the same. No changes here. 70.27. We've talked about the importance of the 70.27. And on the downside, this thing isn't even giving up much of anything. So downside will be this. I had 69.60. I mean, this has kept the market in check overall, but we'll go on and let it right here with the 69.44. But we're not giving much up here, but let's say 69.44 this level. And here with the Kiwi. Resistance is going to be right here at 66.84. 66.84 here. There we go. Getting a little bit cooler here. I can feel this, the cool air kind of blowing from the AC. It gets hot down here. Hang on a moment. Let's see on the support. 65.74. And let's go move into the dollar CAD. Hang on a moment. Okay, let me go and get back here into the dollar CAD. I was sending a message to the guy, so moment. About face in case, because we know Blake's not going to be here, so he's going on his vacation, not vacation, but his move to not move, but run to Disney World. Anyway, let me go and get back here to the dollar CAD. Someone was asking about the dollar CAD yesterday, and I was mentioning that the support was still going to be the same, the 33.62, but the door was open for a move to 33.35 by today. 33.35. Well, we've gone and continued to move lower. Um, Not a whole lot lower, but you can see here we got down to what 33.47. But I said the risk was to 33.35. You can see it right there. So I already had that looking for potentially for today. 33.35. Obviously, we got Canadian data, so that could really knock things around. But hang on. Look, the problem is that the dollar's get. I expect, there's no guarantees. The dollar's going to be under pressure today. I would think as we go at the rest of the day. Um, and we've already had quite the fall here, and well, I'm going to stick to my guns. I had said yesterday, bias chart support is still the same for today, which was yesterday, 33.62. I'm talking about late in the afternoon when someone's asking. I go, but the risk is to 33.35 tomorrow. Well, we do have Canadian data, so you could overshoot. But that being said, we'll go and stick to our guns and say 33.35. On the upside, let's take a look here. Well, any moves back up to this 34.15, but I'm certainly not necessarily expecting that. I think yesterday we had 34.08. Let me take a look here. Down a big run up here. Let's go with 34.08. This thing's, as I told you before, once it broke 34.77, if we lost that on a daily close, it would be a straight up sell, and it's a straight up sell now. So they're gonna, and the bulls are gone. The bulls are gone. There could be someone still hanging around. I'm talking about ones that are looking for 35, 37, 36 and a half. Those days are long gone forever. This thing's on a straight up sell mode. So any rallies back would be a sell. Let's not go into the peso. Well, I was going to say I wouldn't touch this thing with a 10-foot pole, but you really got to be careful because as we go into, mean, I think they're going to eventually get something worked out with the tariffs, and I don't necessarily think the way they're pushing it. I don't necessarily think it's going to take place. Um, I don't say necessarily think it's going to take place today, but I think that it could stretch out over the weekend because the tariffs would go on Monday, and then Trump could say, "Oh well, we're still working to it. We'll see what Mexico could do." And I'm saying tweeting something like that on a Saturday, and then by Monday we got something going. You got to be careful with this one. I would be very careful. I mean, you can go straight up with the levels, which are right here, and on the bias chart, we're going to actually go with 1995. We're going to the top part. Let's say this little top little zone here. There's 95 here, right there. Gotta be very, very careful. Also, I saw here that Pemex, their debt was written down to junk. I forgot who it was doing it. As I said, when the electricity had come back, this is like, which wasn't a big deal because when electricity first went out, it was like in early Asia. So later on, when it came back, I saw on the Twitter feed a livestock. I think it was livestock to put it in, but I don't. I was Fitch. I believe it was Fitch that downgraded their paper to junk. That's just adding more. I mean, like I said, I guess more misery. But the point is that the risk really is to the upside, especially if they don't come up with something obviously. But I'm saying they're going to punch through this thing, and you have to be very, very careful. As far as support, let's keep it in check. Keep it, well, I want to say necessarily 67. That's a little bit tight. Let's go move into the 2 hour. Let's just go with 1960 here. 1960. These spoos, like I said, I'm just now looking at them right now. These are freaking amazing. I cannot believe the spoos here. Um, because I was saying is that to me the dollar yen is like the canary in the coal mine, and of course we pushed higher. I mean, we adjusted our bias chart just a little bit higher yesterday. If you see here, actually, I think we did keep it up at the 837. I think we had before 844 moved it back to 37. But you can see it's not really moving any higher. But I mean, couldn't help but move higher here. But you would have thought you'd get more, as I said yesterday, bang for the buck on this move up, and you're just simply not seeing it. Let's move into the 2 hour, but it's not making a hill of a beans difference with the S&Ps. I mean, the dollar yen is not only ignoring it, you can really just say it's diverging, from, I mean, it's just going actually to a certain extent, even though it's moving up, but it's not moving up the same at all, basically. It's just completely going almost the opposite way if you think about it, and really lends concern to the S&Ps, but holy smokes, it's unbelievable. I can remember day before yesterday, late in the afternoon when it was 28.19, and here we are, 28.55. Unbelievable. 28.54 and a half. On the upside here with the dollar yen, right here. I'm looking at this 871, but actually it comes in here at 879. Let's go with the 879. I mean, to me, it's unbelievable. how it's not has not even reacted, and to me, uh, suggested it portends more weaker circumstances. But hard to believe that with the S&Ps. I mean, these S&Ps are simply something else. They're just waiting for this Mexican tariff thing to get resolved, and boy, after that, boy, hang on to your hats. I think we could really slide back. Looking at support, we're going to keep this 791. And with that, let's go and move into the cash doll index. Well, I still think this is where we think we're going to move to, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say here, right there, 96.51 for support, 96.51. For resistance, we go 97.38 right there. 97.38. Let me go in and right there. And let's go and get into the cross rates. Well, this QEN is still making its push here. No changes. It's still going to stay this 71.90. No changes. Support. We'll move this up to 71.54. Let's take a look here at the euro yen. We still haven't, I mean, we've moved up higher, but if you look at in relationship, well, I mean, as I said, it's not going to move necessarily with just what's going on with the S&P. And that's my take what was on the dollar yen is that to me, that one is being impacted. And then with the dollar yen not even barely even moving a nudge higher, despite the year S&P's going to the moon, to me, it felt like it'd be a drag on the yen pairs. And you can see it's been, I mean, it has, because you would think with the S&Ps, holy smokes, the euro yen, well, like I said, the dollar yen, but euro yen would probably be up in here like about, closer to about here, 23.20, maybe almost 23.50. So this is really, really very, very weak. On the upside, I think the upside's limited also. Let's go on and, well, I've been thinking that, but I'm saying even on this N&P day. But the euro strengthening, so let's give it a little bit of extra juice. Let's go with right here with that euro strengthening. Let's go with 22.58. Actually, we'll give it a little bit of juice because we think the euro will continue to strengthen. Well, but it's doing it primarily against the dollar. But if they can juice it up a little bit more, let's look for 22.65. Support, let's go right there with 21.75. And let's go move into the euro Aussie. I haven't had a chance to even get any coffee. Jump off. I'm gonna grab a shower, some coffee, and jump back into the room. It makes me laugh. 1 minute I'm hot, doesn't lack electricity. Next minute here I am starving for coffee, so to speak. Um, Reasserting ourselves here with the Awesome. Um, let's go with the 62.72. Ah, doggone, that's 100 pips. I know the euro's strong, but 62.23. We'll go 62.23. On the support side, right there, 61.21. Let's go with the euro kiwi. Resistance is going to be right there, 70.69. I'm going to tighten it up a bit here. 70.69. Well, we got the 70.72 level, which is called that. The Kiwi's been doing so well, I think that it might have a tough time. This is a pretty good level right here, too. This 70.72, you can see it here. Yeah, let's go with 70.72. Support's going to be 69.75. Hold on a moment. And I was just sending a message to Steve. It was in regards to the webinar. Hang on a moment. Hang on, kind of threw my, what do you call it, concentration off here. Or not concentration, but my thought. So we got 70, 72. Oh, and then 69, 75. 69, 75. Let's go to the Aussie yen. And this is an excellent case in point, but look at those spoos. They're just amazing. An amazing trade by Steve also. So that I thought he'd already gotten out of, I thought when he got out around 28, I thought that was it. Holy smokes, he was still holding on to another portion. But my point is, like, look, we've made it up to 28.54. I mean, why the H is the Aussie yen not trading at least, and I'm not joking, at 77.55? We should be 200 pips higher here in the Aussie yen. When you compare, lots of times people will trade that as a proxy for the SPOOs. Like I said, to me, the yen is a canary in coal mine telling you something here. But like I said, SPOOs being held up by expecting a good resolution with the Mexican tariff talks. But holy smokes, man, that's pricing in a lot of good news. And I think it's really rolled over some shorts to try to step into this thing. But anyway, that being said, unbelievable that we have not been able to do anything here in the Aussie yen. Obviously, there's other factors going on with Australia, but I mean, that's impacting this particular pair, but still nonetheless, I mean, come on. I mean, look, we've already got up to 28.55 and we're still not getting any juice. So obviously, if they announce the new, I don't even know if you're going to get anything out of here. I mean, we're going to keep the resistance here. We had 75.85, 75.84. On a very short-term basis, support comes in here at 75.20. Excuse me. And let's go and move into the guppy. Well, finally picking up off of the ground a little bit here. This has been nothing short of amazing, this trade. Honestly, I can't even remember the last time I even traded this. I mean, I probably grabbed a scalp sometime in the last month or so, but holy smokes. If you got in the way of this thing, man. I don't know how that happened. Go back here. I flipped over to the odd. We did make it up here to our resistance, and they're trying to punch it a little bit higher. Really just level to level, because if you do, even if you do a Fibonacci from here, you're looking at still a good move. Let's look at here. Hang on, let me see. You see on the 23%, this market is so oversold. But let's go with this 23%. Excuse me. Oh, doggone. Shoot, so 38. We'll go with 38.94. Yeah, let's go with 38. I almost feel like that's a bit of a stretch, but then again, it's oversold. It's a Friday. If we get punching up here and as oversold as it is, holy, look, I mean, look, just from here, you're talking 600. What is one right here? They go and punch it. So let's go with that 38.94 for resistance, buy chart resistance, where it can run up to. Support. $37.61. Okay, and let's go to Sterling Odd. Man, I can't wait to get some coffee. Holy smokes. Mm-mm-mm. Going to look right here, 83.12. 83.12 is what we're going to look at on the bias chart resistance. I think we can get, once again, maybe get this thing to bump up and knock a few folks out. So we're going to go with 83.12. Let's go into the 2-hour chart. Support is going to be 82.15. And there's a little bit higher there, too. Um, mm, mm, mm. That is very good support there. I'll punch it up a little bit higher. Goes all the way back here. Let's go with 82.24. Well, there's the buys chart for today. Apologies on the storms, but let's go and get this posted, and we'll see you for NFP. Thanks for joining us here on the late European crossover, and have a good day trading.